So this video is it's a very particular video, very particular indeed. But it's old minifigures for the most part. These are all used minifigures that I've collected, and there's one that's much more recent in there. We'll get to that. But basically, my goal for my Lego town, I don't want a city. I want a nice little town to take unwanted, used old figures for the most part. There'll be some like my guy's gonna live there, and he's very wanted. But for the most part, these are kind of ones that I've collected up, and I don't think any of these are actually going to live in my town at this point, unfortunately. But they're not banished or anything. They're just not quite there yet. But we're gonna take a look at some of these figures, and we'll talk about them as we go through. So like this guy, these are mostly how I got them. These are kind of like original Figbarfs. This guy, I really like his face, and like the fact that it's. Can you guys? I don't know if you guys are going to be able to appreciate just the amount of like nicks and scratches in a lot of these. He's got like all kinds of little printing issues. He's worn a lot of hats, as you can see that little rim, the halo almost. He's got a black, the neck guard, pointy hat. No back printing. He does have some nicks on the back, but he's like super stiff to like move his arms. Like they're just really stiff, and his legs aren't terribly, but his arms are really tight. He has the blocked one, and he's got the middle style torso body. So that's the first one. None of these have names, so if you want to like contribute names, I'm not saying that I'll take them, but go ahead and let me know. This one is a cop, and he's got the classic black helmet. It is the reinforced. You have a little bit of a hard time seeing it probably, but there's like a little bit of an extra dimple there. I believe that is the reinforcement. So his face is completely almost gone. He does have the solid stud, and he should have the old style. Ooh, no, middle style. You see in there? He's got the teeth. The oldest ones, I don't know if I'm going to have any of the oldest ones in this pile. They don't have any kind of grip. It's just a rectangle that goes on top of it. So his legs are very loose indeed. And his printing on his body is very good, but his head is definitely more faded. So you can look under there and you can see the wear marks of his arm scratching away at his body. The other side's got a little bit too. Oops. There we go. So we're going to just do a nice little relaxing video like this. This guy is a Futron, right? Futron. He's got a block skull. Stud. So I don't think that's his original head. And look, that body's had a lot of play with it. This, like the neck on this guy is incredibly gnarled. Can you guys see that on the camera? Also, there's like scratches and like dirt ground into them. I haven't cleaned any of these. I have taken them out for pictures before, and they're actually up on my Flickr, I believe. But let's take a look at his. Oh, maybe not. There it is. The middle style with the small teeth for gripping. And obviously, these aren't his original legs, I don't believe, for this style Futron. Wow, embarrassing. So this guy's in very good condition. Not a lot of scratches and stuff. There's a little bit of play wear on the back there. And the leg has a little bit of you see that discoloring? You guys, can you get that up on the camera? I don't know if this is all going to show through or not, but he's got a solid one. And look at that. His like neck printing is almost pristine. He's just this one's in really good condition considering. The shiny silver color tends to fade off of these pretty quickly, so that's good. Oh, the helmet is the old style gray. So I don't think I've got any. Do I have any medium gray? Is that medium gray? No, that's light gray. I don't have any medium gray nearby, so you'll just have to take my word for it. But dark gray, medium gray. I don't know, whatever. Dark gray helmet, but it's the old style. Like it's definitely got a brownie tint to it, and I believe it's like slightly sun worn. I don't think that's his original helmet either, but nice looking guy. Maybe he was out in the sun. Maybe that's why his leg's a little discolored. But I just really like the look of these classic Knights guys as well as some astronaut guys. So this guy has very loose arms, like they just swing back and forth. They don't quite swing by themselves. They're still friction enough, but very loose. I did give him this hair because I felt he looked very dapper with it. Oh, there it is. The cam's off though. Again, middle style. Just a very good looking, he looks good like this. And again, he's got good body printing, but you can see the wear marks under his arms. That's the thing to look for. If it's played with, you know what? We should look at this one, see if he was played with a lot. Yeah, look, he's not got very much wear under his arms. So he probably wasn't played with much, which is a little sad. And again, he might not make it to my city, but Talon thing. Oh, this guy. He just he's like a farmer. He's got like a very yellow arm here, and I feel like he just looks like a very, very smart boy. I don't know where I got the lipstick from, but this is like, I don't know how he came into possession of it, but just a very good looking guy. Oh, another solid. Oh, he's got a little chip on his head. Huh. A little bit of dirt up there, probably in the helmet. We're still in the middle style torsos. These aren't like terribly old. These are, you know, not the original figures, quote unquote, but they're good looking figures. You can go back to being beautiful. This guy, so this guy is a good one. He is super dirty, and again, he has that halo. These ones with the printing on the top of the head, when they wear a lot of hats, it gets worn down. His legs are super crunchy, and his body in general is pretty stiff. Good printing on him though, like it's not messed up that much. He's got like a gnaw on his legs too. And yeah, the head's definitely the worst part, and then the legs. And then again, the old style gray helmet. He looks really good, this Dragon Knight. I've got one more Dragon Knight over here. So they can go together as buddies. This guy. So he's sun faded. He's got all kinds of wear marks under his arms. Everything about him is stiff though still. Real stiff. Just to turn his hands is a chore. He looks like he's almost got stubble because of the way that the bite marks are on his head. He's got some dirt and stuff too, and it doesn't come off like super easy. That's the thing about these like old grimy ones. And look at that. So the other thing is, and I don't know this to be true, we can check. Can you see the way the Lego logo is on here? It's horizontal. If we look at a newer figure, do I have any nearby? Here's a Viking. Nope, he's still got horizontal. So I was told that you can tell how old it is, but I forget if it's the old ones are horizontal or vertical. Okay, so here's another one. So this one is that's a new dual molded one, and it's horizontal. It's vertical, not horizontal. You see it going up and down in there, the Lego logo. So that would be. I'm confident that is the new style. So you can kind of date your hips at the very least by the orientation of that. We could have been looking at that the whole time, but I forgot. Anyways, he's a pretty normal looking dude. He might get a spot in the town. We've got 3 spacemen left and this one forestman. I don't have many forestmen, and I believe blue frill was one of the more common ones, but he's not super beat up either. He definitely got some play because like you can see the wear marks. Those, you see what I'm talking about? Those ridges, right? Like, so he got played with, but it's a fairly durable color. A little bit of scratch on the belt, maybe. Is that what I'm looking at? Yeah. And does he have a solid stud? No, he's got a vented, so that's fine. But he's just a good-looking, figurine, and I really like when I buy lots of minifigures and stuff, and like you just never know what kind of condition they're in. But I like getting these ones, like I said, they're a little bit more used, a little bit more fun. They lived their life and had a good time. So this one here, he's got very loose legs. They've also got gnaw marks in them, but he's very loose. And then it looks like this one's actually got a crack. Yeah, that's like, but it's like an elbow crack. It's not like a wrist crack like a lot of them get. This one definitely has the play marks underneath the arm. It's hard to show it on some colors like the white here, but hopefully that's coming up in the video. And let's check the torso. See, that's what I'm talking about. It's just a rectangle. And then this one, I assume it's going to be, yeah, I can just barely see it, but it's horizontal in there. So he's definitely an old one. His helmet is a vented one, so it's definitely newer than the body. And like the body is, speaking, it's the classic space logo, but the gold is completely rubbed off. The white is almost, well, I don't know. Did they have white printing on the white body? I don't know. He's also got this this much newer, like, crooked skull. Is that from the zombie pirate captain, I think? But he looks pretty happy to be here as a captain. He's a space captain, I guess, space pirate, maybe. And he still stands. Like, his legs aren't that loose, but they're really loose. You can't get a feel for that in video, how loose something is. But next up is this blue spaceman. And again, he's got the reinforced helmet, I believe, because there's a little lip there. This one, though. So underneath, he's definitely been through some space missions. He's got a scratch on his forehead, like where he like crash landed real hard. But other than that, he's in pretty good condition, and it's completely covered by the helmet, so the helmet still works. And he also does not have a lot of scratches underneath there. He's got, like, you see that one moving up and down? So kind of a weird one. So he was taken pretty good care of, but his gold printing is completely almost gone. So there's the white and the red are in pretty good condition, but the gold isn't. And then these are probably his original legs, and then he's got the slightly newer style too. See that? I would say that he's Benny, like he has a Benny body, except for you can tell on Benny's body that it's like printed poorly on purpose. So it's an exciting one to have, and I know a lot of people really like the classic Spaceman. So this one I also got used, and I don't have a I only got the body and legs when I bought it. And you can see that there's just a little bit of scratching on the neck printing, but this is a much newer. It's the Lego Ideas classic Spaceman remake. And oh my gosh, does he have? Oh look, yeah, he's got the vertical, and then of course he's gonna have the newest style, which is the full X. So that's an interesting one. But he's not gonna live in my town. The space people are probably not. The cop isn't. These guys just, they don't fit in with it. Like, I'm gonna make a little medieval town someday. That's the dream. Make a little medieval town, and I think it's gonna be fun. So hopefully, I'm thinking honestly, I want to do some Figbarfs. These are just like kind of get me in the mood, like looking at some of these guys. Maybe I'll use parts of them because, like I said, I want these old ones to have a place. I want to make little homes for them, little jobs, little productive members of society. So if you made it this far, this is the end of the video. There's going to be automatic videos and a subscribe thing in the middle somewhere. And somewhere else is a video that I picked for you. If you want to go ahead and subscribe and become an ancient fan of Lego, pretty cool stuff. I mean, you're not seeing this with recording Pen of Destiny. It's good things.